Hello and welcome to Elemental Hardware Enrichment. I'm Mr. Rizzi and today we're going to build a stepping stool. So let's get started. Let's grab our supplies. For this project we're going to need first safety glasses because we're going to use a tool. Then we're going to need some glue, handy dandy glue, sandpaper, a damp rag for glue cleanup, which is a really good thing to have because the glue makes a mess. Our tools, and for this project all we're going to need is our hammer. So let's get our hammer out, close up our toolbox because it doesn't need to be in the way, put it to the side, and let's grab our project. Stepping stool. Okay. We could use our hammer. It's kind of like tear our tape. Now let's take our project out of our box. Oh, and also a new feature. On our labels, there is a small QR code, and if you scan that code, you can go to all of our videos for all of our projects. So, just so you know. Let's talk about the parts. Take these things here, the paper and the box, and put them to the side because what we're going to do is we're going to reuse and recycle these things so we don't damage the environment further. Just take the box paper, put it on the side, and someone will collect it later. Okay, so let's talk about our parts. We have the top of our stool. We have the middle piece. Looks like this. Then we have our side pieces that look like this. There's two of them. Okay. So first thing we're going to do, because we're going to be using tools, let's put on our safety glasses. Okay. Then we're going to need our sandpaper. Sandpaper. So now to use this better, fold it into threes. It makes it a little bit more sturdier, so when you're sanding it's not like flopping. And what we're going to start doing is we're going to clean up the edges of these pieces because if you look when they're made, they get a little frayed. So just take a few minutes and let's clean up our pieces. For this, what I'm doing here is I'm making it a little bit smaller so I can get into these small little circles here. Done. Okay, so now get your glue. And sometimes for this project you might need to use your hammer, sometimes you don't need to use your hammer. It just depends on how the parts fit together. So the first thing we want to do here is we want to grab our middle piece and one of our side pieces. And if you look, this project is kind of like a puzzle. So what we do here is we're going to glue this piece in these areas right here, right in here in this channel, and right down in here. Okay, so let's take some time and do that real quick. When you're gluing this, use about an 1/8 inch bead of glue, meaning your line of glue should be about an 1/8 inch thick. Sorry. Okay. Then what we will do, take our part. Now look, see that there's one flat side and one curved side here. This is the top of the side piece like this. So you want this and this to go just like this. Okay. Push it down. And sometimes it might need to be hammered. Sometimes you might need to do a little glue cleanup. Okay. After you've got that side, let's do the same thing. Glue this portion, and this part. Next piece. Going to go on just like this. Remember, flat side. Boop. So now we have the bottom part of our stool. Clean up any excess glue that's squeezed out of the sides. Just make your project look a little bit neater, right? So now we have the top section that we need to add to this stool. So what we're going to glue here is we're going to glue all of this here, this, same thing on the opposite side, and all the way across, okay? Remember, you're not gluing the tops here because that's going to be exposed because this has holes in it. Same thing with the side pieces. Start your gluing. Take our top part. I'm going to put our top part right and hammer it down. And voila, we have a stool. So now, because this is drying and you don't want your legs to bow out, let's take our stool and we're going to flip it upside down and we're going to let it sit like this for the next 30 minutes. And meanwhile, if you see any glue coming out the sides, clean it up, because then after our stool is glued together, we are going to decorate our stool. We can paint it for one of our parents or our grandparents or even for ourselves and make it really cool. So remember, let it sit like this for the next 30 minutes or so, and then you can start painting. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day.